Reese says WNBA players could go on strike over salary and benefits.
Angel Reese just arrived in the WNBA, and within minutes, she's already talking about striking. It's like starting a job at McDonald's, messing up on day one, and then demanding to run the entire region. She seems to believe that throwing tantrums is more effective than making jump shots, because on the court, that part clearly isn't clicking yet. She's barely stepped into the league and already thinks she can turn the WNBA upside down, ignoring the fact that this league has been barely held together for nearly 3 decades and survives largely on financial support from the NBA.
We all did it.
Yeah, the CBA is coming up. I can't wait.
Girl, y'all benefited from everything. Y'all youngins benefited from NIL.
What does that mean? We deserve more.
Of course,
everybody.
I agree.
Everybody.
I agree with that.
But we got to get face the consequences.
What?
Damn, we got to get it up.
Y'all got to deal with something. Y'all got to do something.
But the women coming in, not this year, but next year. Because the ones coming in this year will still be on the rookie contract again. Mm-hmm. The ones the year after, they going to get more. They probably going to be making more than us.
No, they are. They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
I need to get in the. I need to get in the field.
You need to come to the meetings.
I need to get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
Let's back this up. Reese says her WNBA salary doesn't even cover rent. Tragic, right? She's making $74,000 a year and acting like she's flat broke, as if she's some struggling artist in Brooklyn. That's ignoring the fact she pulled in more than $1.8 million in college, simply by being on camera. Now that she's actually expected to earn her money by playing basketball instead of signing shoes and yelling "period" on TikTok, it's suddenly a national crisis. The level of delusion here is so intense it could qualify as its own state.
So they're upset. They want to get paid. Possibility. Reese has been vocal about her low WNBA salary, revealing her $74,000 a year salary doesn't cover rent, stating on Instagram Live, "I just hope you know that the WNBA doesn't pay my bills at all. I don't even think they pay one of my bills." Reese's financial struggles stem from WNBA salary not matching her past earnings, as her NIL valuation at LSU was $1.8 million, bolstered by deals with Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, and Coach, while a 4-year rookie deal was $324,000 with $74,000 due next season. She quipped, hating pays them bills, baby, noting I can't read this. Tom's better.
Meanwhile, Patrick Bet-David, calmly sipping a mug of hard economic facts, tore apart the whole victim narrative with surgical precision. Angel brings feelings, Patrick brings math. Turns out the WNBA makes less money than a high school bake sale and loses $50 million annually. But sure, let's just double the salaries. Maybe we can cover it with Monopoly money or a few good vibes.
You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
The WNBA is basically what happens when you combine social justice, participation trophies, and a business model that's been failing since 1997. It's like watching someone try to make fetch happen, but instead of quitting, they just yell louder every year. Strikes, protests, salary demands. Honey, maybe try winning some games first. Or, wild idea, actually shoot above 25% from the field before threatening to destroy the league.
They were demanding chartered flights, private airfare. The diva of dump divas, Kat Engelbert, she borrowed some weakness from Adam Silver and she acquiesced to these unreasonable demands. Knowing her beloved dump could not afford it. When the WNBA approved chartered flights, I told you guys that it would not be enough. You see, the thing about entitlement, you can never satisfy the perceived need. Once you give in to entitlement, you are setting yourself up for a lifetime of unreasonable demands. Entitled people, they are experts at recognizing weakness, which is why Adam Silver and Kat Engelbert are constantly being taken advantage of. When the WNBA approved chartered flights, I told you guys that their next demand, it was going to be focused on their minimum wage salaries. Us normal people, myself included.
Here's a fun fact. The WNBA is basically supported by the NBA like an unemployed sibling crashing in the basement. The NBA pumps in $10 to $12 million a year just to keep the women's league afloat. So Angel threatening a strike? That's like a houseplant threatening to move out. The NBA wouldn't just survive it. They'd probably pop the champagne and enjoy a rare summer without bleeding money.
30 years. We look at this situation and realize WNBA players, they don't have any leverage. Hell, they are lucky they're not having to pay to participate in this league. They are lucky to be receiving their minimum wage salaries. Anytime you're going into negotiations, the side with the most leverage, they usually win. Right now, there are rumors of a potential strike in Major League Baseball. Captain Doofus Rob Manfred,
But here's where it gets tragically funny. Some WNBA players are furious that Caitlin Clark has become the new face of the league. The same Caitlin Clark who's literally keeping their jobs afloat by selling out arenas, boosting viewership by 170%, and skyrocketing merchandise sales by 600%. That's right, some players are so allergic to success that they're mad at the one person actually bringing in money. It's like a sinking ship blaming the lifeboat for being too photogenic. Apparently, a few league veterans missed the memo. You don't bite the hand that feeds you, especially when that hand signs your paycheck. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's reviving a league that's been on life support for decades. And what does she get in return? Side eyes, cheap shots, and almost cult-like resentment from the very players who should be sending her gift baskets and fruit trays.
Years later, they got a team there, number one. Number two, when Caitlin Clark came into the league, they left the arena they normally play in and had to go to an NBA venue because they were selling out. When Caitlin Clark was going to other cities, they were changing the venue they would play in because they were going to larger venues because they were selling out.
You'd think packed arenas and national media attention would be celebrated, but no. Some WNBA veterans are treating Caitlin Clark's success like an invasion instead of a revival. They don't see her as a teammate helping the league gain relevance. They see her as a threat to their fragile egos and fading spotlight. That's where the jealousy creeps in, not because Caitlin did anything wrong, but because she's doing everything right. Let's be real, the WNBA hasn't seen this kind of buzz in decades. The league spent years begging for visibility, pleading for TV time, and trying to prove it mattered. Then Caitlin comes along fresh out of college, and suddenly they're the hottest ticket in town. Instead of celebrating, some players act like she kicked over their Gatorade cooler and stole their parking spots.
Well, you're going to be seeing a lot more of Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever this season. The WNBA announced the team will be nationally televised in 41 out of their 44 regular season games.
There's no logical reason to be upset at someone who's making you relevant, but when ego outweighs common sense, logic goes out the window. Instead of riding Caitlin Clark's popularity, some athletes are busy undermining it, throwing shade in interviews, taking cheap shots on the court, and pouting like it's high school gym class. It's a masterclass in self-sabotage. What's really going on? It's not about basketball, it's about clout. It's the shock of realizing someone younger, more charismatic, and marketable now holds the spotlight they thought was theirs. Caitlin didn't just change the game, she shifted the entire power dynamic. And some people can't handle it. Here's the kicker. If they played their cards right, they could all benefit. Bigger paychecks, better endorsements, and a league finally earning the respect it's always claimed. Instead, they're too busy trying to sink the one player keeping the boat afloat.
4 on CBS, I think 5 or 6 on Amazon Prime. I think they have the most on NBA TV. But nevertheless, that goes to show you who's the face of the league, guys. This year, these networks with this new deal in the CBA, they knew coming into the season they had to showcase the Indiana Fever more than any other team. Now, what will cap it off more? The Indiana Fever.
Lisa Leslie's suggestion that NBA players skip a night at the casino to boost WNBA salaries highlights just how desperate the league is for funding. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's idea to strike ignores the league's chronic financial losses and reliance on NBA subsidies. The WNBA isn't profitable. It survives on goodwill and PR optics. Patrick Bet-David called it a zombie company, dead financially but kept alive by NBA support. Complaining about pay or threatening walkouts won't change that. Until the league can attract more viewers, sell more tickets, and actually turn a profit, demands for NBA-level revenue are entitlement, not economics. Success comes from performance, not tantrums.